there's a before and after moment when you have a child with a rare disease. And it's changed everything. What I remember the most about when Camden was born was really how scared that we were. Camden had a cleft lip and a cleft palate, and it was hard to see how he was going to be able to breathe and eat, just stay alive, and it was scary.
So when we were going to be coming for our appointments to schedule surgeries and whatnot, we got a call from the hospital that they were adding on a genetics appointment. So we thought it was just to give us the go-ahead that everything would be fine. So when the genetic counselor came in, her face red, her hand shaking, we were kind of a little confused what was going on. We thought it was nothing. Our other children were totally typical and perfect in every way. We expected Camden's issues to just be some surgeries and to move on with it. It was then that the genetic counselor told us that Camden was missing 4 million base pairs on one of his chromosomes. Included in that deletion was a deletion of a gene called, I'm sure she said STXBP1, but I couldn't remember that. She then went on to say that he may never walk or talk. He would have profound intellectual disabilities, and his future was very uncertain, and that we needed to start with therapies, and referred us to I don't know how many different specialists.
Camden didn't develop properly, and we began to notice that he wasn't hitting his milestones physically. He wasn't sitting up, he wasn't rolling over, he wasn't reaching, he wasn't laughing. And he wasn't doing the things that you would expect a normal baby to do.
July 19th, when he was 19 months old, he had a seizure, but we weren't sure. I was putting him to bed and he had it, and I came downstairs and I was crying, and I told Matt about what I thought I saw, and we talked ourselves out of it. There's no way, it was just a weird movement, he didn't. The next night, I was ready with my phone, he had another one, and I got it recorded.
The seizures are just heartbreaking. Camden could have the best day physically. So he has lots of therapy. He could be standing, he could be laughing. And we put him to bed, and then he has a seizure. And then he has another seizure. And then before you know it, we're up all night, and he's up all night having seizures. We have to give him rescue medicine, maybe take him to the emergency room.
Camden has clusters about once or twice a month, and clusters are when he seizes every 2 to 3 minutes until we give him a rescue med. They have terrible side effects, ranging from just upset stomach, dizziness, blurred vision, loss of vision, just anything and everything you could think of that's terrible. It is the worst feeling in the world to hold your baby and to have their body seizing, and you just tell them, it's okay, but you know it's not okay. And afterwards they look up at you with this fear in their eyes, and you just try telling them it's okay, but it's not okay. You know it's not okay. But despite all of this, despite all of the unfairness, despite how much Camden has to overcome, he does. He is the hardest worker. On days he wants to be. Sometimes he plays us and tries to get out of therapies, but he affects people in ways that is just blows you away. You can't meet Camden and not fall in love with Camden.
I like to tickle the kids, and I tickle Camden, and he just squeals, and he does this awkward laugh. Like, it's not right, but nothing he does is right. And so you just love it. The two older kids are just laughing and just belly laughing. I'm tickling them, and they're rolling around, and I get to Camden, and it's his turn, and he makes these different sounding squeals and laughs, and everybody's loving it, and he loves it, and those are the best days with Camden.
Nothing in his life is easy. He has generally 6 to 8 therapies a week. He cannot eat by himself. He cannot drink by himself. He cannot sleep consistently. He cannot go to the bathroom. He may be in diapers his whole life. And the biggest one may be that he cannot communicate. He's nonverbal. He can't tell us how he's feeling, or he can't express his emotions. He can't, these simple things that typical children do and you don't even think twice about, Camden cannot do. He's fully dependent on us.
Every inch of his life has been a battle, and he just works so hard. And I mean, I've learned a lot from him about just persistence and hard working, but he does it with a good attitude. He does it in a happy way. And I know that if we were able to give him some help, if he got any help at all, he would make it.
Every Christmas, the first thing on Clara and Ralston's list is that they want a cure for Camden. They ask the Tooth Fairy and the Easter Bunny and shooting stars. Anyone who will listen is that they want a cure for their little brother so that he can play with them, and they love him like you've never seen. They love him so much, and they're so proud of him, and all of his victories are their victories.
You know, as a parent to a child who I worry about him. I worry about his ability to just have a full life. You know, being able to fall in love, have a job, make friends, play sports, do all the things that kids do, you know, grown-ups do.
Not only do these therapies and treatments have the ability to help all the kids with STX-BP1, but there's other rare diseases too that can leverage the work that are being done in our laboratories to help them continue their path towards successful treatments and ultimately cures. So your money will go not only to help Camden and the other STX kids, but other families that are affected by rare diseases that are so grossly underfunded in the medical world.
I think anybody who is in our position would be seeking out help wherever they can. We're inviting everybody to be a part of this with us because we see a clear path to get Camden the help he needs.
We're humbly asking for your donations and your help and your shares, because every day that Camden has a seizure is one day too many. Every day that Camden can't get out of bed on his own when he wakes up in the morning is one day too many. Every day that Camden can't say, "I love you, Mommy," that's one day too many. Time is of the essence. We need to find a cure for these kids, and we need it now.